Hello everyone, welcome to Fijian Investment Trader, known as Fijian Traders. This is your host Mr. Singh. NEO, ticker symbol NIO NEO. What a day, fabulous day in terms of going highs of $5.44 and closing the day at $5.27. Clearly see that at $5.44. Today was a major resistance. 1, 2, and 3 times we got rejected. But we closed on the positive note on Friday, and that is exciting. What resulted NEO to go crazy? Well, before I talk on the technical side, the breakdown, what are the key patterns we are looking at it, rest of the week, and the weeks to ahead. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We cover the news, then back to technical analysis. So don't go anywhere, absolutely. So NEO shares speed higher on Wednesday after Chinese electric EV maker reported deliveries more than double to outperform its peers by a wider margin. NEO delivered 15,620 EV vehicles in April, nearly 32% from the 11,886 EVs delivered in March, and roughly 135% more than the 6,658 delivered in April last year. Absolutely fabulous numbers. As investors, you want to see how much you're delivering, and that is a big thing. If your vehicles are delivering or it's per monthly and at a speedy race, investors do get excited about it because they're seeing the growth of the company. I'm a long-term follower with NEO as well. I've seen the highs, the lows, the highs, the lows all the time, and this is nothing new for NEO. Why we did see that going back in month of February with the Chinese New Year, we expected the deliveries to be low, and we know how the EV sector as well has been the past 6 months has been tortured, and people are fear of the boom is over. Absolutely not. EV is the next thing and the next big thing as well. So kind of breakdown on NEO in terms of how the delivery thing went out. So as mentioned, it's 15,620 vehicles in the growth outshines, and it outshines its competitors such as Li Auto and XPeng. Both were behind NEO. You can clearly see this roller coaster all the way from 2020, how we're going up and down, and we even all the way back in last year, we did pull back all the way to the 5,000. We knew due to the high inflation cost. Then we made rose up again, and then in the beginning of the year in February, you can clearly see the month of February we always dip, and then we rallied back again to the 15,000 mark. So that is very exciting to see in terms of the growth level. NEO sells currently 8 models. ES8, ES7, ES6, EC7, EC6, ET7, ET5, and ET5 Touring. So they have up to they deliver up to 8 types of models, such as 5 are SUVs and 3 are sedans. In my books, I think that's a quite lot for NEO. Having different type of variety. I could be counter argument on that is a great opportunity for gives more variety for people to choose as well. But having all different types means all different manufacturing on that. So something that I was very skeptical seeing NEO is doing 8 different models on that. So something down to the road to keep an eye, because how is affecting their manufacturing costs, how is they affecting in their operating costs as well. So that is one of the reasons why their operating cost is high. I'm not saying because they are having 8 different models and that is the reason. It could be one of the reasons behind it because it requires a different machinery, different products, different engineers in order to operate that. But I could be wrong. But this is just on my thought process and thinking out loud in regarding into NEOs. But it's amazing to see a company like NEO doing 8 different models on that, because it gives a variety. As a consumer, you want to have the variety of when you're buying the vehicles. Also, the insurance went up for NEO, as we can clearly see that the China EV insurance registration ending of April, NEO was 4,006. Close to 5,000, 14,000 was close to Tesla. BYD is absolutely 63,300. We know they do both gas and EV as well. So great, phenomenal news for NEO. This article also covered briefly on that. They're also doing a battery new trials for the solid state battery pack. This is a very high demand. I'm keep monitoring it. I want to see how it does. But the only thing that caught my eye, and that's why I kind of gave this article to you guys, I wanted to share with you guys. What does this mean that the NEO stock is finally going to pull up in the green and remains above the $5? Given the process that NEO have lately and clearly strengthened China's financial market, it's it certainly seems possible. Let's take a closer look on the news and assess how it impact the shares price. What does it mean by that? The NEO's stock of today, which was on Wednesday, the time of the video, the company opens a new battery technology in China. So that all matters is the cost. How much this new trial is costing the company, because NEO's operating cost is so high and that they are not profitable. NEO needs to be profitable in order to give a stability for the company and a big time stability for the investors to keep investing the money at a bigger scale. Okay, where at my portfolio? Well, I'm still invested in Tesla, as I mentioned on that, up by 15 on that, but this is all about NEO. Still holding 40,000 shares, very hefty up on 33% with this huge raise upcoming. I still maintain my NEO target over $100. But what I'm waiting to see, if it start dipping, then I'm gonna sell my shares, and then start seeing it. If it dips, at close to my the price I bought, then I will sell it and re-enter again. But if it starts going over $6, $7, my goal is to hold it and long. It doesn't matter to me if I can hold it for the next 5 years to see it goes to $100, because that is the ultimate target for me. And love to see absolutely a massive run right now with NEO, and I'm excited about it. But at the same time, as an investor, as a long 13-year veteran, I want to be making sure that it comes to a point, a cushion level for me to see that NEO, I don't have to sell and re-enter it. That is my goal. That is my strategic planning. That is my thought process on any time on investor. NEO, granted, is a hefty run, great run right now, but I'm not done yet. My plan is to sell it over $100. I can wait it for 5 years, but I just wanted to make sure I don't miss the entry run. And if it starts dropping too close to my average, yes, I will lock the profit and re-enter again. But right now, it doesn't seem like it's going to be dipping. Yes, what does it mean like that? Not because I have a hefty in. You can clearly see that how are we doing on the 5-day? Making higher highs, higher lows, and taking along this pink line, which is the 60-day EMA, and making the gap. Once they start having this gap on the moving average on the stock price, is a clear indication of another run coming up. And this is just the run started. I did mention about my previous video when we are sitting at $4 and right below $4. Why did I enter it back again? Because the moving average was closing up. So every time you see the pink line, which is my 200-day moving average, you can clearly see that every time when it's up and the blue line is the 60-day, it is a downtrend. We got rejected here. We came back right here. But when we had this crossover right around at $4.05, we made a massive run and a breakthrough all the way to $4.44. And right now we're sitting at $4.29 as we speak on today. Definitely broke some key part on that. Shifting the gear, and that was shared in the last video, that I wanted to see a crossover, and I did tell you guys that it's going to be a crossover. What did I mean by that? Well, we're making higher highs and creating a bull flag pattern. We rose up, started trading a little on sideways, and then shoot back again. And you can clearly see that my pink line, which is the 200 EMA, it is sitting at $4.47. Sorry, $4.47, and the blue line, which is the 60-day moving average, it is sitting at $5.55. And this is a crossover. That is a confirmation of the crossover. Still not a confirmation for uptrend. Why do I say that, folks? Because you can clearly see that we are closing the gap, which I mentioned in my previous video, that last time we had that, we got rejected and easily came down. Right now, we are trading above those moving average, absolutely moving average we traded, but you can clearly see that we need to have this crossover. The gap is still there because the blue line, which is the 60-day the blue line is the 60-day EMA sitting at $4.44, and the 60-day sitting at $4.76. Even though we closed way above on those two targets, but with it's not a confirmation yet. And the reason the key things to kind of keep on the technical side, what are the key resistance level to keep an eye? You can clearly see that level right up here, right? And that is time and time. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 acted as a support. Now it becomes a resistance, and that is sitting at $5.38, roughly around there. And then all the way back up, we're gonna have it right up here, and that is gonna be $6.13. That's somewhere around there. That are the two key levels we gotta break out. So I'm gonna leave it as that because you can clearly see that acted as a resistance. now it became as a support, then became a resistance. So now whatever, if a support is broke, if a resistance is broken, it becomes a support when you're trading upwards. Downtrend is reversal. At the same time, when the support is breaking, becomes a resistance. So always a downtrend, always a opposite side of a pattern. But you can clearly see that we're gonna break some key levels moving forward, and I like the momentum. Absolutely love the momentum. Great news coming out with NEO, and I wanted to share as well the order flow. You can clearly see that this week, today was a massive order flow coming in. People are buying in. People are coming to that. Even how Tesla pulled back all the way back to the 179 from yesterday's, even when they had a confirmation of self-driving in China, was a great news, which helped the NEO to push the EV sector to move as well. But but on the separate note, what today's delivery numbers came out, NEO was an alpha where NEO was up and Tesla was down, and great to see how they're making higher highs and higher lows. Absolutely a massive run, but folks, we gotta be very careful. Don't get hyped. Don't get pumped on that, because we need to have this crossover. We definitely on the 6 months had a crossover, whereas 1 month, the 5-day, the 1 month, and the 3 months, both of them have a crossover for the uptrend, but not yet on the 6 month chart. And that's the big confirmation we need in order to have the uptrend. So folks, thank you for watching it. Please don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, turn on the notification. If you're interested in any other stocks on my portfolio, I comment down below. NEO family, NEO gang, let's go. This is time to make money. Just be very careful, because we need to have these moving orders to give us confirmation. We know the company very well in terms of the financial, where they stand right now, non-profitable, but if they close that gap on minus EPS, then it's going to be a major factor. Coming closer to make profitable will give an assurance on the next Q2 profit coming up. So absolutely something I'm looking at, and I definitely can see NEO end of Q3 or the beginning of in the Q4. You can start seeing NEO trending around to be more profitability, but I could be wrong. With these little delivery numbers coming in, you might see sooner than expected. So folks, thank you for watching it, and have a wonderful rest of the day or the night or the weekend when you're watching this video. So thank you very much.